Cool.
So it says researchers have found that people who drink 5 or more cups of coffee a day have a risk of heart disease 2.5 times the average after corrections are made for age and smoking habits. Okay, so we like take out these, I don't know, like differences, and we like, figure it out. We're saying that people who drink 5 or more cups have a greater risk of heart disease.
Mm-hmm.
Members of the research team say that on the basis of their findings, they now limit their own daily coffee intake to 2 cups. Which of the following, if true, indicates that the research precaution might not have the result of decreasing the risk of heart disease? All right, so my automatic prediction here is like, well, what if they weren't drinking more than 5 cups previously? What if they were drinking 3 cups previously and they cut it to 2? Are they going to decrease their risk of heart disease?
Right. Yeah.
Not necessarily, right?
Right. Exactly.
All right. So then when I start with A, it says the study found that that for people who drank 3 or more cups of coffee daily, the additional risk of heart disease increased with each. So this I feel like would actually strengthen it. Wait, which of the following, if true, indicates the research? Yeah, so I don't like A. I would cross it off.
Yeah.
B, per capita coffee consumption has been declining over the past 20 years because of that just means that people as a whole we're drinking less coffee. Cool.
Yeah.
B, the study did not collect information that would show whether variations in level of coffee consumption are directly related to variations in level of I don't care about the correlation between coffee and stress.
That one's actually correct.
Right?
C.
The study did not collect information that would show whether variations in level of coffee consumption are directly related to variations in levels of stress, a major causal factor in heart disease.
Right? Like,
so this is just saying that like, is stress causing you to drink more coffee, which in turn it's actually the stress causing the heart disease, not okay, that's silly.
Right? And then you see D and E like don't really make sense.
Yeah, okay, so let me see what I would do if I was okay. So subsequent studies have consistently shown that heavy smokers consume coffee, and no, because we said that we like took out heavy smokers from considering.
Right.
E, subsequent studies have shown that heavy coffee consumption tends to cause an elevated blood cholesterol level. Okay, an immediate indicator of increased risk of heart disease. So I don't like this one because we don't know. Well, that actually could potentially, like, yeah, that wouldn't weaken this idea that they're not going to change. All right. So now back to C. So yeah, this is saying that society did not collect. Okay. So essentially they're saying like, we don't know if like you just are drinking 5 cups of coffee because you're stressed, and like stress causes you to drink coffee. It's like, I would never predict that, but yeah, that would make, out of all of these answer choices, that would make the most sense. And so they're saying like, maybe, yeah, so it's not where if you drink 2 cups of coffee, even if you're forcing yourself to only drink 2, you could still have the same level of stress and you're still going to have a heart disease problem.
Right. So that's like a far reach, but
yeah, it is. And that's, I mean, honestly, you saw me. I would have gone through and crossed all 5 of these off and had to go back. And I probably would have, like, I kind of was being cocky, I guess, and I shouldn't have been. And like, I kind of skipped this last part and I didn't like take a second to think about what this meant.
Right. Well, that one, it was really tricky. And luckily, like A, B, D, and E
are so bad. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like,
okay. I can at least see how C, like, yeah, I guess this would, yeah, because it is a correlation causation flaw. And if you know it, this is the only thing that is like poking at that, or it's trying to expose it in some way.
Right. And I guess like just the stimulus didn't immediately make correlation versus causation jump out at me. And so that's just something to be aware of. Like,
correlation causation flaws are all over this test.
Yeah, it can crop up